the wings of the birds that fly from the lake to the trees. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart, it wants to sing every song it hears. My heart wants to sigh like a child that flies from a judge. I'm breathing. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart, it wants to sing every song it hears.
My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lake to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a child that flies from the church on the breeze.
I go to the hills
To love
when my heart is lonely.
like a brook when it trips
I know I will hear
on its way
what I've heard before.
to see.
My heart will be
Through the
glad with the
night
sound of music.
like a lark who's
And
learning,
I will sing once more.
like a lark who's learning to pray.
North Korea, Earth's Florida. Next month, is the 70th anniversary of Korea's Liberation Day, the date marking the end of Japanese colonial rule. And I guess the big question is, what do you get the country that is ordered to think it has everything? Well, apparently, Kim Jong-un has decided that for the first time ever, a foreign rock band will play there. So, who's it going to be? Rolling Stones? U2? A Michael Jackson impersonator passed off as the real thing because North Koreans don't know he's dead yet? Well, no. Because it turns out it's going to be, and this is true, a Slovenian arts rock group called LAIBACH.
I think it was neo-fascist, but I'm not sure if it was a joke or not. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Do you know?
Why do you think it was neo-fascist?
I just had an incredible, subconscious urge to march, and I think my friend did as well. That just sort of I felt pride in a country that I did not belong to, and I felt this subconscious need to march.
And you didn't like that?
Oh no, I liked it, but I just want to know if it's serious or not.
We cannot concern ourselves with the fulfillment of other people's expectations of us. Our only responsibility is to remain irresponsible.
Happy Liberation Day, North Korea! Sleep well!
I think the message of LAIBACH basically was, we want more alienation. This is for me the basic political message. All other dissident movements in those years criticized the regime, but as it were accepting its own basic premises. In the case of LAIBACH, it is as if the regime got back its own message in its true naked form. The way really to subvert system, I think, is not to criticize its official values, etc., but to expose this hidden reverse of it.
I'm flesh, I'm blue, I'm far glover, I'm the roof, I'm drown, I'm stark, I'm feeling, I'm not, I'm home, I'm mesh, I'm man, I'm not, I'm not, you're full, look at me, I'm like me.
Well, of course, that was another time, another historical period, and another country, because the country in which LAIBACH were born has died. So LAIBACH has... Was that a goat's fart?
Back home, I have been a follower or a fan of LAIBACH group for many years. But then, after I became grown-up man and an artist, they contacted me, asking me to direct the video. You saw this video with the gymnasts. And we were both LAIBACH and myself, we were happy with the result, and we wanted to work together some more.
The logic of LAIBACH performing in North Korea is also based on the fact that LAIBACH's form, LAIBACH's music, has enough familiar elements to a North Korean audience. I'm setting up maybe the blindest of blind dates. And I am the matchmaker. By bringing those two elements together, you might have a fusion or you might have a fission, like in nuclear fission. We don't know before we actually tried it in our big laboratory.
Please note that LAIBACH promised the programme will also feature, and this is true, them reinterpreting songs from The Sound of Music, which, yes, sounds a little weird, but actually wouldn't be the first time they brought that fun LAIBACH touch to other people's music.
Of course, they have a very special relationship to cover versions, which is unique. I think LAIBACH use cover versions to serve their needs, you know, as part of a concept.
Life. Life is life.
You know, when you hear something like Life is Life compared to the original version of Life is Life, I mean, they put real new meaning into songs, or new emphasis into songs that are so different from the originals.
Terrifying place to visit, but if it is really true that that guy is going to be singing The Sound of Music, I kind of want to go there.
But it's the other guy, I just about recognize him.
Without the head, it's not him. Mena is a different person on stage, absolutely different.
We are just getting out the last two hard disks that we need for the performance, so we are on our way.
Actually, I mean, we expect to have a very interesting time. I don't know what else to say. We expect to make the revolution.
There is a crack in every wall. That's where the spirit gets in.
They took two of my discs with backup for the show. I can pick it when I go back. But they said I will need something from the disc, I can come here and get it.
But the problem is, it's for the show, our show. It's the movies for, the projections and so on.
It's not easier to check everything inside because there are more than 100 movies inside.
Everybody just stay together. Let's get them up before they change their minds.
What do you expect out of this?
Enlightenment for the people, both ways. But, we will learn something new about them and they will learn something new about us. And a good concert. No. I'm excited, not scared. But what would I be scared of?
I don't know. They're like, they're I don't know, another country, another
Planet.
yes, planet.
anniversary?
No, it's the 15th.
15th.
Yeah. I think it is important to underline that this probably wouldn't have been possible without me already having conducted 4 major cultural collaborations between the DPRK and other countries. Well, in part, I guess you could say it's some kind of Norwegian explorer gene. We did the North Pole and South Pole thing. So part of it is curiosity, I guess. Part of it is some quite narcissist need to be first on the white spots of the map.
It could get more exotic and strange and odd than this.
I'm not really that interested in peace. I'm interested in truth. But sometimes truth doesn't lead to peace. Truth leads to change, to confusion, disturbing things. So things that disturb our worldviews, that disturb our notion of who we are and what the world is. Yes.
But when he invited North Korean mass game experts to instruct a group of Norwegian soldiers at an art festival in northern Norway, controversy sparked once again.
Men Hagesæter, hva syns du om prosjektet? Nei, jeg blir egentlig bare trist og lei når jeg hører om dette. At dessverre så tror jeg nok det at sånne initiativ som blir tatt der, vil altså være med på å bygge opp under autoriteten til regimet, og vil gjøre at de kan undertrykke sitt eget folk mer og lenger enn de ellers kunne gjort.
Well, we went more or less straight from the airport to a big welcome reception and dinner organized by our hosts in the Committee for Cultural Relations and their director, Mr. Liu. He basically opens with a speech, a welcome speech.
LAIBACH is a terrible opera. That in its music videos uses pornography. Indeed, this group is considered as neo-Nazi supporting Hitler-style scenery and clothing, also inserting different religions. This band basically jokes a lot about what they call dictatorships around the world, and their music is terrible. They have been banned in Russia for a reason that they make fun of the national anthem of Russia, and it is inconceivable that the DPRK, a staunchly anti-fascist state, which fought against Japanese imperialism, which was an area of Nazi Germany and fascist Italy, would invite a group such as LAIBACH to Pyongyang. How can fascist people be invited for the celebration of the 70th anniversary of Korea's liberation? If LAIBACH did visit the DPRK, they would carry out a provocation and harm its socialist system. So, without trust, without confidence, we cannot invite you here.
I think everybody were experiencing a very peculiar mix of relief, because we don't have to pretend anymore, and fear, like what will happen now. He had taken all these tabloid headlines from the world media in advance of our arrival about LAIBACH's concert, and he had mixed it together seamlessly with all the negative protests in his own organization, you know, on the North Korean side, and he had made it into one unit, one speech. I told the committee to tell their superiors that, look, LAIBACH has in the past been accused of fascism and of being an evil band. North Korea is regularly accused of being a fascist-like state in the Western media. So you know what the Western media is like. They make up things all the time. So you and LAIBACH have this in common. You are both misunderstood.
The recluse of state has sentenced detained American to 15 years of hard labor.
More than 2 months after 2 American nationals were detained in North Korea on separate charges, Pyongyang now says it's ready to indict these people.
My mother needs me.
나의 어머니, 나의 아버지에게는 내가 있어야 합니다.
I've made the worst mistake of my life.
21-year-old student from University of Virginia was accused of stealing a propaganda banner from Yanggakdo International Hotel. State authorities say the 56-year-old man was detained reportedly for leaving a Bible at the hotel where he was staying.
Given the North's history of using detained Americans to bring in high-profile figures, this seems to be another bid for attention.
Some practical information coming up. Our hosts have decided to surprise us with a new venue. So this is another venue than the one we were originally going to be playing. I think I can say it's significantly upgraded.